Hello and good morning. Today we are going to discuss chapter 4 titled as Gender, Religions and Caste. So in the previous chapters we have already discussed and noted the existence of social diversity does not threaten democracy. Political expressions of social differences is possible and sometimes quite desirable in a democratic system. So in these chapters we will apply this idea to the practice of democracy in India, and we will also look at three kinds of social differences that can take the forms of social divisions and inequalities. These are the social differences based on gender, religions and caste. So in each case we will look at the nature of this division in India and how it get expressed in politics. So let's get started. Is being a girl a crime, as we seen in the screen? So we have seen a lot of discriminations, gender divisions are there in the Indian society. These forms of hierarchical social division seems everywhere, but is rarely recognized in the study of politics. So the gender divisions tends to be understood as a natural and unchangeable. However, it is not based on biology but on social expectation and stereotypes. Different aspects of life while women are discriminated. Let's see. Boys and girls are brought up to the belief that the main responsibility of women is household works and bringing up children. This is reflected in a sexual division of labors. So what is sexual division of labor? A system in which all the work inside the home is either done by the women of the family or organized by them through the domestic helpers. So let's see different aspects of life while women are discriminated. Number one is, if we see, literacy rate among the women is 54% as compared to the 76% among the men. So number two, women are paid less than men even when both do the same work. Examples in factories, film industry, women are paid less as compared to men. And number three, in India, parents also prefers to have a son than a girl. They find many ways to have a girl child aborted before birth. This declines in the sex ratio. The numbers of girls per thousands boys in our country is 933. So that is, our sex ratio is declining day by day. There are, number five, there are reports of various kinds of harassment, physical harassment, mental harassment, then sexual harassments, exploitations and violence both in rural and urban areas. And then number six, women are not safe at home even due to harassments and domestic violence. And therefore feminist movement started. So let's see, what is a feminist movement? Feminist movements are the movements organized by the women's organizations for equality for men, for equality for women in a personal and family life. So that is the feminist movement. And what are the effects or what are the impacts? Let's see what are the consequences. Number one is political expression of gender divisions, and number two is political mobilizations help in improving women's role in the public life due to the women's this feminist movement. And then second one is now women are working as a scientist. They can also become a doctors, lawyers, managers, engineers and teachers. And thirdly, in countries like Finland, Norway and Sweden, the participation of women in public life is very high in comparing with Asia and India. Demands. So what are the demands made by the feminist movements and some of the political social activists? Let's see. Number one, equal right for women in all the spheres of life. And number two is extension of right to vote to women, because in many countries women are not allowed to have right to vote. So that is why equal right to vote is being demanded, and that is universal adult suffrage. Number three is enhancing political and legal status of women. And number four is improvement. The number four demand is improvement in educational and career opportunities for women. We all can do it. Women also, they are demanded that they can also do it if men can do. Status of women's representation in India. Legislative body. Let's see. Number one, in India, women's participation in political area is very low in comparing with men. And number two, in Lok Sabha, it is not even 10%. Women participation in Lok Sabha is not even 10%, less than 10%. In state legislative assembly, it is as low as 5%. That's much lower than even in the Lok Sabha. And then fourth, Latin America and African women participation is higher than much higher than Indian. So this is the graph how the women participation in representation in the legislative body is being shown. So steps can be taken to improve women participation in politics. What are the steps? What are the positive steps which can be taken to improve and to uplift the women participation in politics? Number one, it should be legally binding to have a fair proportion, that is fair percentage representation of women in the elected bodies. Number two, some seats should be reserved for women in state assemblies and in Lok Sabha elections. Then number three is political parties should give proper representation to women's members. Then number four is women participation can be increased by raising the literacy rates. So that is the end or the concluding of our discussion for today, and in our next coming discussions we will try to discuss and analyze about the relation between religions and politics. So for today, enjoy with this. Have a great day.